Hello and welcome on 360 Sport Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Well, Super Eagles will be playing against Algeria. That will be September 27th. But right now, the coach of that team, Peseiro, has made some adjustment to the two players that got injured, and they will be taking the place of those injured players. Well, right now, two players, Valentine Ozorynwafor and also, not forget Emmanuel Dennis, have taken the place of Leon Balogun and Henry Onyekuru, who are right now declared injured there. Well, that will be the first story to be looking at as we roll in the world of sport. Algeria versus Nigeria and friendly. Peseiro replaced Onyekuru, Balogun with Ozorynwafor and Dennis. Good one there. That's the first story right now. Looking at the list that was released by Coach Peseiro, where the players that will be prosecuting that particular game in Oran, Algeria. We have goalkeeper Uzoho, Okoye and Adebayo. Defenders William Ekong, Kenneth Omero, Awaziem, Aino, Calvin Bassi, Zaidu Sanusi of FC Porto, Kevin Akpoguma, and you have Valentine Ozorynwafor taking the place of Leon Balogun. Midfielders Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Onyeka, Alex Iwobi and Richard Onyedika. Those are the players that will be at the midfield there. Forwards, Ahmed Musa, the captain of the squad, Kelechi Iheanacho, Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze, Ademola Lookman, Emmanuel Dennis in place of Henry Onyekuru, Taiwo Awoniyi, Chidera Ijuke, Suri Desa, and you have Terem Murphy, who played for Lorient FC in French Ligue 1 there. That's the list right now that has been adjusted by Coach Peseiro. Good one. Having in the studio is Yusuf Akogu. Good to have you, Yusuf.
Good to be here once again.
I just roll out the list that has just been adjusted by Coach Peseiro there. They are going to be playing against Algeria in a friendly. Although I think this is more than a friendly, because the rivalry between Algeria is not from here, like we say in Nigeria. And right now, we'll be facing them by September 27th.
Absolutely.
And a big one there.
Yeah, that's next week, Tuesday, September 27th. It's going to be a big one. I remember the last time we met at the African Nations Cup, we lost that game by 2-1. I can't forget that own goal by William Troost-Ekong. And we lost that game, and then since then we've not met. This is another big one for us, and I think this is going to be more than just a friendly, considering the fact that we are going to play the game in Oran, that is in their own backyard. So I think it's going to be a very big test for the Eagles. And looking at the players that have been invited, so I think they are very good to go. They are good players I think they are ready for the job. But my concern is actually from the defense down to the goalkeeping department. If you look at our main central defense, you notice that this guy has not really been playing so well. As a matter of fact, he has just played 7 minutes this season for Watford FC, and Okoye has not even tested action at all. So it's going to be it's a major concern, but let's see what will happen. Sometimes the Eagles rise to the occasion when the position is tough.
No matter how they're going to rise, now a lot of people are still very bitter concerning the ouster from the World Cup because of the fact that they did not show much class against Ghana.
Yes, we were actually the favorite going into that game, but I think we took the Ghanaian for granted when we played that goalless draw in Kumasi. So in Abuja here, we were expected to took the Ghanaian to the cleaners. But alas, one thing about rivalry games is you can't really predict. Sometimes forms is actually not what will actually be responsible. So sometimes you have to be at your game to win big games like that. Nigeria, Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, Algeria, and all of that. These are rivalry games that sometimes the form doesn't really matter.
Despite the fact that you actually have to attach some stuff to it. Again, they did it against us, and when it comes to the Chan Eagles, we also lost out to Ghana. Seems that this year is Ghana's year.
Absolutely. I see them doing well at the World Cup anyway. Let's see
what they will be doing at the World Cup there. Well, we've been talking about Super Eagles. They'll be playing against Algeria. That will be coming up by September 27th. A big one that will be happening at the Stade Olympic Stadium over there in Oran, one of the city in Algeria. And right now, Coach Peseiro deemed it fit to at least make this a replacement of two players, Balogun and injured Onyekuru. Both of them will be out of this game, and you have Dennis Emmanuel, who plays for Nottingham Forest right now, and also Valentine Ozorynwafor, who will also be playing in place of Leon Balogun there. Well, I think we'll be expecting Omoni to join us from Lagos so that we can talk about this particular event. Well, right now we move away. Let's quickly look at some matches, even though we've treated some. Let's look at German Bundesliga. It was a shocking one, a shocking defeat to Bayern Munich. Because so far you can always see them as the giant when it comes to German Bundesliga, but Augsburg 1-0 against Bayern right now is not too good for Bayern. Well, quickly let's look at the way it is. Bayer Leverkusen against Werder Bremen 1-1. We have Stuttgart lost at home against Eintracht Frankfurt. Leipzig lost against Mönchengladbach 3-0. Union Berlin 2. Wolfsburg 0. What a way to go during the weekend in the German Bundesliga. Transferring that to how the table is looking right now, it shows that the mighty are really, they are not falling yet. Maybe they are rolling. Union Berlin, they are topping after 7 matches with 17 points, plus 11. You have Borussia Dortmund as second on the law with 15 points, plus 2. And you have Sports Club Freiburg. That's Freiburg now having the third position there. Hoffenheim 4th. Bayern Munich are 5th with 12 points, 5 points behind Union Berlin. Well, for a very long time now, this has not been the way it is in German Bundesliga, but it seems something is actually happening this season.
Well, we can actually say that again, but again, it's too early in the day for you to start.
Just 7 matches.
Absolutely, it's just 7 matches. There are about 31 matches more to go, so it's too early in the day. But losing to Augsburg yesterday, I was not really too surprised. But because if you look at their performance in about 2 or 3 games now, especially in the league, they've not really been doing so well in the league. So I wasn't really surprised, but I actually see them bouncing back in their next game. But if you look at it, despite all of this, up and down, so to say, the CEO of the FC Bayern Munich, Oliver Kahn, the former German international, is actually behind the coach. So we actually hope that they actually bounce back and then pick up from there. But it's too early in the day for you to start giving it to Union Berlin at this stage of the season. It's quite too early.
Good one. While we are still talking about German Bundesliga, a lot of stars they are performing for their clubs. They are Freiburg player, Union Berlin, all of them really. They've been fighting hard and see how they can climb the table. At least week 7, and they've really done well for themselves. Well, 29 matches to go in German Bundesliga. They don't play 38. They actually had to drop it by 36 games because they have 18 teams there. And right now, it's getting tougher for Bayern Munich, 5 points behind a team like Union Berlin. You can't believe it. Bayern Munich just have to up their game if they are to get it right this season. Well, Omoni is there. Let's have you. German Bundesliga so far, a shocking one over the weekend for Bayern. And you look at the way the table is standing, it's really favoring the well, let me not call them unknown, but at least they are giant killing teams. Union Berlin, Freiburg, Bundesliga are really changing.
Thank you very much, Aaron. The weekend was the first defeat of this season that people never saw coming. They have been shaky in the past, and I think in their last 3 matches they had to draw against and the rest. So, and you see the way they are Champions League. I think that same performance against Barcelona, although they won them. Bayern is not the same Bayern that we're firing from us. Everything is going cold. After they defeated, after their last game, they won they won by 6 goals. Since then, I think they've not been doing well issues, and I think it's up because other clubs they're not taking things lightly. If you see, they are taking themselves up, and that's the power winning. So they are actually get things in common. They actually made some impressive performance. They actually they actually make that Dortmund by the weekend. The league now is getting unlike before, where it's always about probably Dortmund and was a time. Now it's now you're now seeing different. You can't really close your eyes and say Bayern can defeat a particular club clean up. I think the competition coming gradually.
Okay, while we've been talking with Harmony there, I think German Bundesliga right now just have to, it's getting more interesting. This is you just can't expect the likes of Union Berlin. They want to do Leicester in German Bundesliga. Good one there. While we're still talking about German Bundesliga, let's take a look at, we just look at the table, and really it has not been too good for the Bavarians, as they are called. Although Borussia Dortmund are second on the log, and right now, who knows? Maybe this season they want to at least stop Bayern from getting it right. While we're talking about that, we just have to look at, even though Spanish La Liga 2 happened during the weekend, we seem to actually move straight to Germany because of the attention, really. Well, you just have to give it up to Union Berlin. They've done well compared to what they've been doing. But right now, good one for Union Berlin. It's just painful for our dear brother who left that place and things are happening. Awoniyi, you just you wonder what happened. He moved to Nottingham Forest, and right now, look at where Nottingham Forest are on the table.
Yes, but he is doing so well in Nottingham Forest. He scored twice.
When you score and your team lose,
he scored yesterday. Well, even though the team lose, I quite understand. He is doing so well. He's not a three cannot make a Forest. He's doing his best in that team. But I don't think that he's going to have any regrets, because I don't think the Union Berlin are going to win the German league anyway.
What if they win?
Well,
that was how Leicester came, and nobody believes that they could do, and they did.
Yeah, but it's just 7 matches anyway. After 1 match is to go, so it's too early in the day to fight. I think moving to the EPL, I think it's a very good one for Awoniyi, and I think a lot of people can see him now. He's doing so well, so I don't think there's any regret there at all.
Well, while we are waiting for that, also during the weekend, although before we go Italian, Spanish La Liga happened, but the big one that really happened was between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. It's just like you can call it another El Clasico, but this time around it was a derby at the Wanda Metropolitano. Good one for Real Madrid. They were able to win that game 2-0. They really showed 2-1 rather, 2-1. And you just have to appreciate what they've done by winning that particular encounter there against Atletico at home. Well, Ancelotti really showed why he's Don Carlo against Diego Simeone, a very, very fierce manager. Good one for, well, you look at that's Real Madrid now, as their players seem not to be ready to drop any point right now. They've been doing so well. Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid. Good one for Real. They show class. Despite not having Benzema, they are still really gunning ahead of other teams there. Barcelona also, they did well. Lewandowski unsung, but you just have to look at Real Madrid. What's the secret? They seem to be doing so well there. Well, Feromi, if you're there, looking at Real Madrid versus Atletico, a match that a lot of people were looking at what's going to happen with, will Atletico actually dampen the spirit of Real Madrid? But they never allowed that to happen. They won 2-1.
Yeah, thank you. Because they don't have Karim Benzema. I'm talking about Karim Benzema was not in the squad. And people were like, okay, what's going to be the fate of when the attack? But I think Vinicius Junior was to take charge, and he put himself in a table position where I think he's now gradually earning the respect, and because of the display the game yesterday with Rodrigo. And it's something that you know that when you're champion, you know that it's not now. It's about the spirit in the team. This particular spirit I think Real Madrid has, and it's across all their players. That thing for me personally, I do believe their players to history classes, sign new players. They take them to history classes. These are matches you can't afford to lose. That it's a derby, it's a rivalry, to lose. So I think the thing about Real Madrid, because when Real Madrid and they play a derby game or they play an El Clasico, although Diego Simeone is one of the coaches that Carlo Ancelotti more, but it's that same fit. Last night, where the game was just too. You know what Atletico are known for. You know, the violent, the yellow cards, regardless.
Okay, Omoni, it seems network is actually breaking there, but while we are still having you with us, quickly, let's have from Yusuf. Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid is a match that I don't want to target second Clasico, but at least. But really, it's another El Clasico.
Absolutely. Apart from the El Clasico, Barcelona, Real Madrid, another big derby.
But that's always a bad blood, anytime they are playing.
Of course. It's just like Manchester United and Manchester City. So it's a very big derby in Madrid. So, and on most of the time, you see that the Real Madrid always come top, always showing that why they are the king of Madrid. So, and they repeated that same yesterday. So it was not a surprise to anyone, given their form so far this season. They are yet to drop any point at all, and it's not looking as if they are ready to do that anytime soon. So it's a great performance from them yesterday, even in the absence of their talisman, the captain, Karim Benzema. We saw Rodrigo and Valverde, coming up top there, and then got in those two very good goals, and then to win the game for the Real Madrid.
For Real Madrid, they are showing their class, topping the league in the Spanish La Liga. Well, really, the Los Blancos are ready to run away with it this time around. They have really done well so far and making sure they don't drop the baton there. Let's go Italian. Italian football is always very defensive when it comes to football style. But right now, the Giants are really falling. Over the weekend, Juventus, Roma, AC Milan, they all lost out in the game they play. Well, good one for Lazio, 4-0 away to Cremonese. Udinese defeated Inter Milan 3-1. Big Giants really falling. Inter, Juventus lost by a lone goal to Monza. Well, good one for newcomers. They were able to win 1-0 against Juventus. AS Roma lost at the city of Rome there. They were beaten by Atalanta. 1-0, good one for Atalanta. Like they say, you never know what you're going to get when you play against Atalanta. AC Milan, as Giuseppe Meazza, the one you call San Siro, they also lost there by 2-1. Napoli showing what they are made of, and really they won that game 2-1. Fermi, you just want to agree with me that Napoli, Atalanta, Monza, Udinese, they really show class against the big ones like Inter, Juventus, AS Roma over the weekend.
The weekend in the Italian
network
game.
Okay, let's continue with our show right now. Well, Fermi, you just have to hang on. It seems network is not our friend while we talk with Yusuf. I just mentioned those four Giants beaten by their opponent.
Absolutely. Let's start with Juventus. That was a very...
Maybe AC Milan Napoli. AC Milan Napoli.
No, I was not surprised. Well, Napoli has been doing so well. They are top in the league so far. They are top of the Serie A so far in this season. So you can't take anything away from them. They have been fantastic. Even without Victor Osimhen, they've been doing so well. So for the Juventus, I was so surprised. Against Monza, the team that was promoted last season to Serie A, winning their first Serie A game ever against Juventus. It really was, nobody saw it coming, actually. And, this is not the first time it's happening anyway to the old ladies. In 1972, a certain Catanzaro also won their first ever league game against Juventus. So it's like history repeating itself. So in what we saw yesterday, against Monza yesterday. So it was going to be a moral boost for the Monza and see how they can actually try to stay in Serie A beyond this season. And looking at the loss there, Napoli against AC Milan, like I said earlier, it's not really surprising for me. Same way with Atalanta, they are both of them are actually on the same level, on the same point, and they are topping the league. Napoli just 2 goals ahead of Atalanta in the Serie A so far this season. So I think it's the middle table clubs like we used to know them. They're actually rising to the occasion right now, and I'm trying to see how they can actually displace the perennial champions, the AC Milan, the Juventus, and the Inter Milan. Probably this is, like I said, maybe this is the season of the underdogs. This is
the underdog. We've been talking about Italia today. AS Roma also lost in their game. It was a good one for Atalanta. They came to Rome. They saw Rome and they conquered Rome. That's a good one there coming from Atalanta. And also you have another one. Juventus lost against Monza. Newcomers. It was a shocking one. Although that's football, you never expect it. You just have to work hard or harder anytime you are playing against the giant killing clubs like that. Well, Inter Milan, They tried their best also. They lost their game. It was like the weekend of the big ones losing. Well, looking at the way the table is standing right now, Italian Serie A, you have to give it up to Napoli and Atalanta, who are right now still standing top there, showing that, yes, they want to fight for honors against the like of AC Milan, Inter Milan. Napoli, they have 17 points, same with Atalanta, but on goal difference of 10-8, just two are drifted to Udinese. Well, good one, they are standing third. You have Lazio, who won 4-0 against Cremonese. AC Milan are fifth on the log. AS Roma, despite that loss, are still among the giants there. They are standing sixth with 13 points. You have Inter, the Nerazzurris as they are called. And you have Juventus, well, good one there. The Juventus are there, and they are trying to see how they can better their law. We have just 10 points. Behind them is Torino. Sampdoria from the the bottom of the table. Cremonese, 4-0, has gotten them to 19th position. Monza, beating Juventus. They have 4 points. What's the way to go? Verona, Bologna, Lecce, Empoli, Salernitana, Spezia, Sassuolo, and Fiorentina in that particular pecking order there. Talking about Italians, they are as it went down just over the weekend. Quickly, let's go French. We have to speak some French right now. Let's look at the fact that PSG, they traveled to Lyon and they pipped the Olympic Lyonnais 1-0. Lionel Messi defeating, he was able to score against Lyon. What a rhyme. PSG 1-0 against Lyon, and you have Nantes 0-0 against Lens. You have OGC Nice losing against Angers in a home game. Marseille 1-1 against Reims. Clermont, Troyes winning that game there. Ajaccio 1-0 against Brest, and you have Monaco 1-2-3 against Reims. Lille 2-1, Strasbourg 1, you have Montpellier 2, and Auxerre 1. Lorient 3. Good one for Nigerian striker Terem Murphy among the scorers there. Right now he has been invited among the players that will be playing against Algeria. Yusuf.
Yeah, good one for him. You know, that's going to be a morale boost for him, scoring yesterday and then. Yesterday and then you know, being invited to the Super Eagle. I think we're going to see what he's going to bring to the table, and maybe probably that's going to be an opportunity for him to launch back his career as well. And if you look at the PSG and Lyon yesterday, you see Lionel Messi scoring against Lyon is, you know, very interesting.
Fantastic
game
one.
It was
and whoever look at this picture, no one ever believed, you know, looking at the rivalry between the two. Look at Ramos.
Absolutely. That is
sport can always unite.
Absolutely. You know, that's one thing about sports. You know, that is why, you know, the spirit of sportsmanship is always there. These were the two rivals when they were both in Spain, Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Now they are friends and family.
They are teammates and they are friends and family. So fantastic one for them. And if you look at Marseille yesterday, they also did very well. Though they couldn't win their game, they dropped 2 points yesterday when Matteo Guendouzi scoring own goal and then scored the equalizing goal again for his team. So it was a very good one for them. I was actually expecting them to win against Reims so that to keep the pressure on the PSG, but it wasn't to be. But then it's too early in the season, like we say. Then we look forward to see what will happen in the coming weeks and days.
But really, anytime you think of Real Madrid, Barcelona, no one will ever believe that Lionel Messi will have anything to do with Sergio Ramos. And I can just imagine if they are right now, apart from football, maybe they are just having a chit chat. They'll be like, wow, can you remember how you...
Yes, I remember when Messi signed for PSG. Yeah, Ramos was there before he came. So when he walked to the gym and saw Ramos in the gym.
Can you imagine?
So it was a funny scene, like to watch, like, oh, this guy's
enemy, you are here. Oh my goodness.
So, you see, today they are both club mates, and then they are doing very well for their club, and then. That's football, you know. Yeah, at times, the rivalry also, Messi, Ronaldo, who knows?
Waiting.
Both of them
maybe it can still happen. Well, we wait to see that. We've been talking about all the matches played in Europe over the weekend. Some of them fantastic. The mighty ones are actually, they fell, especially in Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga, and also for Real Madrid, they've really shown class why they are called Los Blancos or Los Merengues, why they've been doing so well over there in Spain. Quickly, we have to run through some stories now, as we have to tell you that Chelsea are set to appoint Christoph Freund as sporting director after agreement with Salzburg. We broke down news earlier that they were in talks with Salzburg, and right now that deal is going to come to pass because yet. They've actually reached an agreement with Salzburg that the man will take over as the sporting director of Chelsea, although yet to be announced. But right now, good one to the Bowley and the entire management of Chelsea have been able to have a deal with Red Bull Salzburg.
Yeah, absolutely. The restructuring of Chelsea continues. You remember Tuchel was sacked, and the former sporting director as well. So now the new one is, is about to come in, and then I think in the coming days and weeks, you're going to see a new
sporting
director, and then probably it's going to impact on the performance of the team as well.
Let's see the impact it will be having there. Talking about from there quickly, let's run through this just like news. Leicester City considering Brendan Rodgers' sack over poor performance. That story could actually come to pass because right now they are not doing well, and they could be considering sacking him if everything don't go well in this international break. Another one is Everton. Everton open talk with Alex Iwobi over a new contract. The Nigerian has been fantastic this season, and right now they will be offering him another contract that could be seeing him staying at the Goodison Park to enjoy more football. Well, the last one, the lot has to do with Sean Dyche, Nathan Jones among favourites to be Cardiff manager after Steve Morrison's sack. They sacked Morrison on Sunday, and right now Sean Dyche, former Burnley manager, and also Nathan Jones, they are among the favourites anyway, but it's possible that, who knows, maybe Sean Dyche will get this done. That's from the way it is right now, going in the way of Cardiff City. That season of sacking managers have actually started. Maybe Leicester will go next. We don't know. Absolutely. Well, good one there from Yusuf.
Absolutely. As a football manager, you're as good as your last game. And if you look at what Leicester has done so far this season, they've not really done so well. They have 1 point from 7 games, losing yesterday. 6-2. To Tottenham Hotspur. Was a very terrible one. Yesterday.
A terrible one there. So as the way it is right now, Leicester could be done from having Brendan Rodgers. That will be it on 360 Sport. We had money from Lagos, and we also have Akogo Yusuf from the studio. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure being here.
Good one. I am Adeniyi Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching. Good one.